Sabrina and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I want to like kind of, it's probably gonna be quick because I don't really remember everything because what I had going on in my life, I didn't really log what was going on, and I didn't really have many major symptoms during my first trimester, so it was pretty much kind of a breeze. Like, I didn't do much, and then I didn't get seen much either, so that didn't help me at all. But anyways, let's get started. So as far as symptoms, I really didn't have much. I wasn't sick at all, which is weird because, you know, they say if you feel sick and stuff, you might be having a girl or whatever. If you don't, you having you can possibly have a boy or whatever. But I know the symptoms don't like actually determine your gender, but that was the funny thing because like I didn't feel sick at all. I didn't feel nauseated. The only thing is like I couldn't eat like at all. Like if I really could, like even now, like I mean I eat now, but I don't crave anything. That's another thing. Like I don't have any major cravings. I didn't have any aversions. Like basically my diet was pretty much the same. It was just limited because I ate because I needed to for her and then for myself, but I did not feel like it, if it makes sense. So that was that. I don't know. I really didn't have too many things going on for the first trimester. And then like what kind of made it harder for me was because like with everything that I had going on, I think I was only seen once really during my first trimester, and that was it. Like I had a whole bunch of labs. Like I did a bunch of labs. I even had to do the glucose test. That's one thing I did have to do. I did have to do the hour glucose test before I was seen. So I did that like early on, like I want to say like 6 weeks or so, because they wanted to do it because my first appointment was at 10 weeks for me. And then that's where they did the first ultrasound and everything, and she was fine or whatever. But yeah, so since they made me wait till 10 weeks, basically, I went to an elective place to make sure like stuff was a-okay, and then just because I was stressed at the time. But yeah, and then plus me not having symptoms really just like, it just worried me even more because I'm like, I'm not sick at all. I'm like, I'm waiting for these symptoms to arrive and get here. Like me being sick and me like possibly throwing up and all that. None of that happened. I was like, the only thing I really had also was my nipples. I mean, hold on, my nipples. my chest and my breasts or whatever, that was all sore. So that was one thing that I did have. And then when I was getting closer, like I don't think I was fully in like the second trimester, but it was getting closer towards the end of the first trimester, it had stopped, and that scared me too. Cause like I'm just like, well, I've been going through a bunch, and like there's no real tell that you are pregnant other than your symptoms. And if you don't have that many, it starts to make you worried. Like that's how I was. But everything was good with baby girl. She was fine and everything, but I was just scared for those reasons. But yeah, like I said, I did have to do the glucose test. So what happened, I had went to, because my husband's in the military, so I had went to medical. I went to the labs. They had drew my blood. They took a lot the first time. They took like 11 vials. I was like, oh my God. And I was already anemic before I got pregnant, so I was just like, that's a lot of my blood that is gone right now. But anyway, like it just, I don't know. I was like, I've never had that many vials taken. Like I have had blood draws because I'm anemic, but like that was a lot. And so the results that I had got back for that glucose test was a little elevated. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, I didn't fast because I actually was working at the time, and I had got off early to go make it to medical. And so, I mean, they could have been elevated from lunch. I don't know. But they didn't tell me not to fast for the 1 hour, so I didn't. But then they were like, well, I'm not sure if I was in the second trimester, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I ended up having to do the second glucose test with 3 hours. And I thought past all of those with flying colors. I was so tired, though, because I had gotten up at, like, because I had to do it on Saturday because I worked. Like, I worked basically a 9 to 5, so there was no time for me to like either take off, because I did not tell work that I was pregnant. I tried to, it wasn't like I was keeping it a secret, but at the same time I didn't want them to worry about me because of COVID. So yeah, and then like plus I stopped before everything started getting like big where I lived and whatnot. But anyway, so I didn't end up telling work before I left work, basically. So I couldn't really be like, oh, well, I need to take off for this, because they did not know. So I just went ahead and took it on a Saturday. They drew my blood for the fasting, result, I guess. And then I, of course, drank it, and then they got the following 3 for the other updated levels. So, yeah, that was that. And then I passed those, like I said, we passed those with flying colors. What else? I'm really trying to remember everything, guys. Being that I knew my first appointment, I had to wait till 10 weeks. And I kind of knew, like, I was pregnant early on. Because, like, when I told you, like, in my update video that I took the test, like, literally not that long after conception. So, I knew I was pregnant earlier on. So, I waited, like, I probably found out I was pregnant like literally a week after conception, or like a week or 2. So I was at least 3 or 4 weeks at that time. So being that I had to wait 6 to 7 weeks to be seen, it won't doing it for me. So we did go to an elective ultrasound place to check on her. She was fine. Well, she wasn't a she then to us, but baby girl was fine. She was chilling there. It wasn't really much to see because I was 6 weeks pregnant at the time, but you could see like she was in there. So that was good in my eyes. And then I had the 10-week ultrasound, which I actually couldn't show you those. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys, so I'm back. I had to go get the envelopes. So this one is the one from the elective place. So it wasn't really much to see besides you can see her in there, and that's her. You can see the sac and whatnot. So yeah, this was at 6 weeks for me, exact, I believe. Well, yeah, I was measuring 6 weeks 2 days, but it was at 6 weeks. So that was baby girl then, which it's crazy to know where I like. Anyways, so yeah, I got that because I had to wait for these at 10 weeks. And let's see. Oh yeah, these are like on the clearness, but I'm gonna show you most of them. I already cut, like they're cut up. So, but yeah, her head and her body, her hands. And it's funny because for the 10-week ultrasound, she was just like so active. And she was, it looked like she swatted the doctor away when she was trying to, like do everything for her. So it was so cute. But she had her like, every time I have an ultrasound, she has her hands in her face. And it's like, I'm watching you because we already got some mittens for you so you don't scratch your face up when you're born. But yeah. And then her heart rate on this one was 150. So, but But yeah, my little peanut, my little nugget. But yeah, so those are the only times I got to see baby during the first trimester. Oh, this goes with this one. But yeah, and then this will be shown in the second trimester video because it involves the second trimester and not the first, because I got it at 15. But once I was done with the 10-week appointment, they were like, the next ultrasound is your maternal fetal medicine, and you will be 20 weeks here for your anatomy scan. And I was just like, so you mean to tell me it wasn't my next appointment? I had an appointment in April, I believe, because I had my 10-week ultrasound was in March. So that was like the 10th or something like that. Yeah. Anyways, that was in March. And then the next appointment was in April, I believe April 30th. So like it was a good amount of time apart. So me and Dwayne decided before my appointment that time that we, well, basically in the middle, like after they had told us that our next ultrasound is 20 weeks, which was fine. But we decided to go to another elective place, and we did at 15 weeks, which I will show you in the second trimester video. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, you can leave them down below. I really don't have much more to say, so that's the end of this video. But like I said, leave any questions, comments, or anything in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be my second trimester update. Or not my second trimester update, but like the beginning of the second trimester to now, which I am 24 weeks and 3 days? So yeah. All right, I will catch you in that video next. Bye.